Commissioner Courthouse, would you please lead us in an invocation and pledge of allegiance?
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this day and thank you for our beautiful county. Please guide our hearts and minds as we make our decisions today. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask this in the name of the Lord. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Approval of the minutes of April 18th. I'll accept the motion.
So moved.
I second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Madam Treasurer, give the report and pay the bills.
Okay, we'll start with the bills. The following payments were presented to the treasurer's office. We have an accounts payable total of $1,346,754.25. Payroll for the period totaled $430,373.06. 911 account had checks and EFTs totaling $6,705.75, and Liquid Fuels Act 89 account had one EFT for $54.76.
Thank you. Is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Bills are paid. Continue, Diane.
Treasurer's report for the period starting 4/17 and running through 4/30/2024. We have general account starting balance of $1,600,870.40. Total debits for the period were $946,822.94, ending the period in the general account with $766,378.47. And finally, capital reserve account has a balance of $12,406,073.20.
Thank you, Diane. Motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, under meetings and events. Yesterday, I was part of a panel for the County Opioid Symposium at the Blair County Convention Center. This was sponsored by CCAP, and I'll be attending that today right after this meeting. Commissioner Rice, any meetings and events?
Yeah, Communities That Care. I attended after prom function at the YMCA. It's for the kids after the prom. A little late for me. It lasted until 5 a.m. It's a little late for me. I hung in there the best I could. And Chief Clerk had the rest of the events already.
Anything, Commissioner Coates?
Yeah, I provided my list to the chief clerk. I'd also like to welcome Addie Parson and Erica Henry from MCTV here today. These two young ladies are seniors, are going to be graduating here in a month. And I just want to, Addie's going to be going to our Geisinger School of Nursing here in downtown Lewistown, which is great. And Erica's going to go for physical therapy at St. Francis University. So
Okay.
thanks for filming, and congratulations on graduating soon, assuming you pass the rest of the way.
Thank you. Any public comment? We'll do it at the order. Any public comments? Hearing none, seeing none, we'll continue. Under new business, we do have 4 proclamations, and what we'll do is read these and then recess briefly, go in the lobby for photos. So the first proclamation is Mental Health Awareness Month. Whereas mental health is an essential part of overall well-being, impacting individuals, families, and communities across Huntington, Mifflin, and Juniata counties. Whereas Juniata Valley Behavioral and Developmental Services strives to increase awareness of the importance of mental health and wellness in the lives of Pennsylvanians and to celebrate recovery from mental illness. Whereas despite its prevalence, mental health remains shrouded in stigma, preventing many from seeking help. Whereas early intervention and access to quality care are crucial for managing mental health conditions and improving the quality of life. Whereas the Juniata Valley Behavioral and Developmental Services, along with other agencies and organizations across the Tri-County region, is applying unique approaches to sharing the valuable opportunity to celebrate the tremendous strides made in central Pennsylvania, promoting mental health awareness and increasing the public's knowledge that effective services and support are available. Now therefore be it resolved that the counties of Huntington, Mifflin, and Juniata, acting as Juniata Valley Behavioral and Developmental Services, in recognition of the importance of raising awareness, fighting stigma, and promoting mental health resources, do hereby proclaim May 2024 to be Mental Health Awareness Month in Huntington County, Mifflin County, and Juniata County, urging all citizens to challenge stigma, seek help, support organizations, and create safe and supportive environments for open conversations about mental health. Together we can create a community where everyone feels empowered to prioritize their mental health well-being and seek help when needed. In witness whereof we have subscribed our names, the commissioners from Huntington County, Commissioner Postal, Codish, and Wise, and the commissioners of Juniata County. Kathy, would you like to say anything?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Thank you for signing our proclamation declaring May the Mental Health Awareness Month. We do appreciate it, and it does help the community members. We also invite you again this year to light the courthouse up in green to raise awareness about mental health, but most importantly, to spark those conversations and to help fight the stigma surrounding mental health. In addition, just so the community and the commissioners know, we do hold the Juniata Valley Out of the Darkness Walk, Community Walk. The registration for that is still open. This is a 3-county walk. It will be held in Unity at Kish Park in Lewistown on Sunday, October 6th. So you'll see a number of those announcements going out advertising for the walk. We have a number of mental health awareness activities going on this month. The Senior Expo is in Mifflin Town today. We will be there. Green Day is May 3rd. That's tomorrow for all 3 county school districts. That's where we're encouraging students and teachers alike to wear green. May 4th is emergency preparedness class for kids, and that again is in Port Royal. There will be on May 9th at the Tuscarora Intermediate sponsored by the Tuscarora Intermediate Unit 11 in Port Royal, the Family Fun Fair. May 11th is Let's Talk About Mental Health at Kids Connection here in Lewistown. May 13th, which we are very excited about, it's a Recovery Day picnic. PMHCA recovery bus out of Dalton will be coming to Huntington County, and there'll be an event, there'll be activities and little talks about recovery for anybody who would like to join. We certainly invite the commissioners to come up and join us. May 15th, there is an art walk in Huntington County. May 25th is Hoopin' for a Cause, Wings of Support 3x3 basketball tournament, and that's at the YMC in Burnham. So we have a busy month promoting mental health awareness. We do have some flyers that I can leave with you if you would like.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I should have said, this is Kathy Whalen, who is the Executive Director of the Juniata Valley Behavioral Development Services.
And I'll make a motion to approve this proclamation.
Thank you. Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Next proclamation will be read by Commissioner Codish.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Proclamation for Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month, May 2024. Whereas the safety of all Pennsylvania motorists is an issue of the highest consequence, and all highway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And whereas motorcycle riding is a popular form of recreation and transportation for thousands of people across the Commonwealth and our nation. And whereas the Commonwealth's licensed motorcyclists are required to keep their vehicles inspected and obey current laws relative to operators' safety equipment. And whereas in efforts to reduce the number of motorcycle crashes and fatalities, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation encourages all motorcyclists to take advantage of free training courses through Pennsylvania's motorcycle safety program and pledge to be one less fatality by visiting www.livefreeridealive.com. And whereas it is especially important that citizens of our Commonwealth be aware of motorcycles on the streets and highways and recognize the importance of staying alert, practice safe driving techniques, and promoting motorcycle safety. And whereas during the month of May, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, the Alliance of Bikers Aimed Toward Education of Pennsylvania, ABATE, and the Pennsylvania Motorcycle Dealers Association, PMDA, will continue their advocacy of motorcycle safety. Therefore, in recognition of motorcycle safety on our Commonwealth's roads and highways, we, the Commissioners of Mifflin County, do hereby proclaim May 2024 as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month. We encourage all motorcyclists to continue their efforts to promote safety and motorcycle awareness, and all drivers to share the road and respect the unique safety needs of motorcyclists. Proclaim the second day of May 2024, Mifflin County Commissioners Postal Codish and Wise. I'll make a motion to approve that proclamation.
Second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Proclamation is approved. Would you like to say something?
We work, I'm ABATE of Mifflin, Juniata County. And we're actually we just got done doing a benefit for 6 counties for Bob Perks Fund, which donate money to people with cancer. They actually give $1,000 4 times a year for people to pay their bills, which we just raised $2,400 for. We have a ride coming up in June for Trooper Reckons that got passed away last year. We're doing a big event down in Juniata County, the 23rd of June. It'll start at the memorial service, where the memorial is, at Harshberger's there. And we're going to end up at the Lions Club, and we'll have an event there. And we actually teamed up, ABATE State, Pennsylvania, teamed up with Freeburg Law. We're starting a new thing for lost limb bikers. So if somebody loses a limb, we're gonna donate money for them. We just started that together 2 months ago.
Okay, well, thank you for your dedication. Thank you very much. Okay, the next proclamation is for EMS Week, and I will read that. This is for EMS Week proclamation to designate the week of May 19th to 25th, 2024 as Emergency Medical Services Week. Whereas emergency medical services is a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury. And whereas the emergency medical services has grown to fill a gap by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventative medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. And whereas the members of emergency medical teams, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of emergency medical services providers by designating Emergency Medical Services Week Now therefore, we, the Mifflin County Commissioners, in recognition of this event, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th to the 25th, 2024 as Emergency Medical Services Week. The 50th anniversary of EMS Week theme is EMS Week, honoring our past, forging our future. We encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. Proclaim this second day of May 2024. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to proclaim EMS Week passed. Mr. Lucas, do you have anything to say?
Actually, Mr. Nielsen, I think Joy's gonna do it for me. Sorry, we're passing it around. I apologize. No, you can talk though. Oh, honest to God.
No, we'll feel later, that's fine.
I'm up later.
I'm sorry, your name again?
Joy Byler. I'm on the council. I represent Seven Mountains EMS Council. I'm also an active EMT in Mifflin County. Within the county, we do have 5 EMS agencies that are licensed and recognized. Out of that 5, there are 17 EMS vehicles, which 16 of those are ambulances and 1 is an ALS squad vehicle. In 2023, we responded to 8,800 EMS calls, 84% of those being emergent calls. There are 102 providers, registered providers in Mifflin County. 20% of those are ALS, which would be paramedics. So we can always use help if anybody's interested, sign up for a class. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we'll continue. Fourth proclamation is for Corrections Employee Week. Commissioner Prolich.
Thank you. We have a proclamation for Corrections Employee Week, May 5th through 11th, 2024. Whereas Pennsylvania's correctional system is the oldest in the nation, evolving from the establishment of Philadelphia's Walnut Street Jail in 1773 and the Eastern Penitentiary in 1829. And whereas the Pennsylvania system, as it has become known, was leading influence in the development of penology through the 19th century and the forerunner of modern corrections. And whereas in the face of the current public health crisis, correctional employees throughout our county have risen to the challenge of implementing increased health and safety precautions to ensure the well-being of all those in their care. Whereas much is expected from the men and women who supervise offenders in correctional facilities every day. And without their daily hard work and sacrifices, the justice system could not operate. And whereas correctional employees are skilled professionals who must act as counselors, communicators, educators, and experts at crisis interventions, and must protect our safety while maintaining their professional demeanor, often in a challenging environment. And whereas we take this week to celebrate the people performing honorable and sometimes difficult and dangerous work, we thank them for their outstanding service to the people of Mifflin County. Therefore, be it resolved that the Mifflin County Board of Commissioners proclaim May 5th through 11th as Corrections Employee Week in Mifflin County. Proclaim the second day of May 2024, Mifflin County Commissioners Postal, Codish, and Wise. I make a motion to adopt this proclamation.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. Okay, what we're going to do is just take a brief recess, go in the lobby and take some photos. All right. Thank you, and we'll just continue. Ready? Next on the agenda is request for exoneration of delinquent real estate taxes. Relieve Kathy Witzel from collecting this tax. There was a mobile home that was removed.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have a request for exoneration of 2024 county real estate tax. Relieve the tax collector from collecting this bill. One is in McVeigh Town Borough. It was a disabled veterans exempt status. The other in Granville Township, mobile home was removed. And another parcel in Granville Township, mobile home was removed. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Just want to point out, one of these, the one in McVeigh Town Borough, was for an eligible veteran. There is a program for disabled veterans to apply to the Veterans Administration for exoneration of property taxes. If there are any veterans that want to know more about this program, please contact our Veterans Office. There's a request for exoneration of 2024 county portion per capita tax. Newton Hamilton has one.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The contract with Patrick Zappelli for the PREA audit at the correctional facility. The amount of the contract is $4,000. Warden Romanek?
So we're looking at July 24th through the 26th of this year for our PREA audit, Prison Rape Elimination Act. It was signed into federal law September 4th of 2003, and the final standards for PREA were approved through the Department of Justice in August 20th of 2012. PREA is the federal law that aims to prevent, investigate, report, and punish for sexual assaults that happens.
How many years? We do it?
This is
We do it?
This is every 3 years we have to go through a PREA audit with all the housing contracts. One thing that is in almost every housing contract is that the facility will be PREA compliant.
Okay. Any other questions for the board? We'll entertain a motion to approve the contract. I make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jason. Proposal from Computer Information Systems, Highland Park, Illinois, to provide data conversion and importation of the 911 CAD system. This proposal is for $550,154 to be paid out of county 911 funds. Public Safety Director, Mr. Lucas, what is this? What is this?
Good morning. Unfortunately, our current CAD vendor notified us at the beginning of the year they're going out of business as of the end of this year. So we were in kind of a time crunch to evaluate several different computer-aided dispatch systems. We work with 6 other counties who are in a similar position. And what we've been able to do is to identify a vendor who can provide the data conversion services so we don't lose any data, but then implement a new CAD system for us. And we're able to coordinate that with 4 of the 5 other counties. So we've been able to set up the process that we can implement a new CAD system and provide better data services to our first responders, police, fire, and EMS, so that they have access to more information more quickly through this new system. So while it is kind of heart-wrenching to lose the vendor we've had for almost 30 years, it's also a step up for us to provide better service in a more timely manner for our responders.
And what does CAD stand for?
Computer-aided dispatch. Basically, when we answer the telephone call, we get data from the phone companies. We transfer that data to the CAD, and then it logs all of that information for us. It keeps all of our records for us, so that if there ever be questions for prosecution, making sure we know who to send, the right people to send, and when and where. But it's that logging that we keep all that information in one place for us. But it ties into many, many other systems, even here at the courthouse. Mapping, taxes, we bring all those images for homes. We can see floor plans, which we're going to be integrating into these systems. So more information to get help more quickly to people when they need it.
Okay, as we already have.
Correct.
Any questions for Mr. Lucas?
Now, you shop this around.
Yes, as I said, we work with 5, 6 other counties, bringing in vendors for about 2 months, recognizing we're kind of in a time crunch, and that was the big issue is, one, recognizing what vendor could provide these services, because this is normally a 4-year process from the time we decide to replace a CAD system. But, it's a reputable system. They have about 1,800 installations throughout the country. And they're willing to work with us as a group so that we can drive our costs down in order to implement in a timely manner.
When you say time crunch, what time crunch are you talking about? When?
Normally the process to replace a CAD system It's 1 to 2 years to meet with vendors, to shop around and see what the systems are, meet with locations who have the systems installed to see how it works. Because salesmen will tell you anything versus an engineer who will tell you what can and can't be done. But it's also a big issue of who actually uses the system and how well it works. And then, once you decide what CAD vendor you're going to be using, you then have to work to get on a schedule, just like with construction, when you can have engineers assigned, when you can have the programming, when they can transfer data or build data, and then the schedule to train all of your staff. And as we said, one of the big things looking at this coming is how they're going to import and transfer our existing data to make it available for use. And one of the best examples is, we have 25 years worth of data from previous 911 calls, responses to addresses. When we put an address or a phone number into the CAD system, it tells us every time we've ever been to that residence or that business or that person associated. So we have the history to say, are there any risks? Is it as simple as a dog in the house that runs loose that we have to make sure people know they don't go barging right into a home? Or is it a law enforcement risk because they've had prior arrests at a residence or they've had contact with people? The beauty of these systems with the technology we're using today automates how it checks that information, but more importantly, it also checks our historical data so that we know if someone's had previous contact at that residence or that business or with that individual, they know to be aware of certain specific things.
I understand. When will this system be up and running, or when should? Is basically what I'm asking.
Oh, sorry. We haven't gotten an actual target. Well, we've specified either first week of November or first week of December, depending how we fall in with the other counties.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the goal, and one of the prime selection purposes was to make sure we're live before our end of service date.
Okay, any other questions for Phil? I think we need a motion to execute the proposal.
I make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Phil. Nothing else? Thanks. Next on the agenda is the appointment of William Howard as chairman of the Mifflin County Agricultural Land Preservation Board. According to the bylaws of that board, it's the chairman that appoints. However, we decide to take it through this committee for this meeting. I will make the motion to appoint William Howard as the chair of the Mifflin County Agricultural Land Preservation Board. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It will be appointed. I just want to point out that there is they will be entertaining applications from farmers who want to apply for land preservation easements. That application supposedly opened yesterday. So if anybody's interested, you can call the Mifflin County Conservation District, Trevor Weaver, or just look for it online. Next on the agenda is the 2024 Mifflin County Act 13 Marcellus Shale Legacy Fund. This is from round 2, and this is for a project that has already been allocated, but doesn't have an agreement yet. Turn it over to Planning Director Jim Spear.
Good morning. As you mentioned, this agreement that we're asking you to enter into is between you and Wayne Township Supervisors for enhancements to the Canal Lot Keeper's House in the amount of $5,194. Property is currently owned by the Township Supervisors, the Newton Hamilton Borough Council, and the Newton Wayne Historical Society. The significance of this home is it is in a location of proposed 911 trail. It also stands as the only original log house example of this type on the Juniata division of the canal. So what the project entails is the rear yard of the property has a very precipitous drop, and visitors and tourists may be at danger of falling off to get close enough to the edge. They want to put a 3-rail post fence along the rear yard and purchase 3 red maple trees to enhance the backyard and make it look nice for visitors and tourists. Again, they have 1 year to enter into the agreement, which they are today, and 1 year to get the project completed.
Okay, thank you, Jim. A motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Jim, you're gonna be up here for a while, looks like.
Defer to Mike, give him a shot at trying to talk to you about some of the CDBG projects. So I'll hand it over to him. He'll be able to talk about the next item on your agenda.
The next item on the agenda is the professional and technical services agreement with CEDACOG for the administration of the county's whole home repairs program.
So the professional services agreement that we have, we're currently working on with them, would be a total of, for the whole home account, would be $46,482.94. And that'll be used, they will help us utilize our $329,000 of whole home funding. And essentially, with this PSA combined with the home PSA, it'll be, they'll be helping us to renovate our housing stock.
Okay. This agreement came from CEDACOG, yes?
Yeah, it came from. Yeah, I've been talking with Joel Rush from them for a while, and he was actually with us. He was at the Mifflin Academy meeting, and so we're already in talks about how to utilize that whole home monies for Mifflin Academy funding for classes.
Questions? Not, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Continue to the professional and technical services agreement with CEDACOG for the county's housing rehab program. This is the home and the CDBG program.
So this contract is again with CEDACOG, with Joel Rush, and so the total base of the contract would be $21,000, and then we have a per unit prices for costs that they would need depending on the housing that we're renovating. So if the house needs lead or radon work, they won't charge us a base amount. They're going to charge per item, and that'll just keep us, under budget.
If I could interject, I just want to point a couple things out. The whole home program, those funds give us a lot of latitude to use without bringing the whole house up to code. So what we're going to do is use that as an emergency repair fund for people who need a roof or a furnace emergency issue. The home and CDBG, once you entertain those monies into the project, the entire house has to be brought up to code standards. So there's a significant difference there, and I think we're going to attack both approaches. I'll address the emergency repairs and address the long-term needs of the housing stock and bring it up to code standards.
Is there kind of like a waiting list?
We have a waiting list of 5 years for the entire home. So
What if there's an issue that needs tended right away?
well, that it's going to be addressed. I think we're going to market the whole home as a separate program versus that other program that's on the waiting list. So
Is there still kind of a shortage of contractors to do some of this work?
Yeah, that's what we're working with them on for the Mifflin Academy.
Okay.
How are people going to know about this?
we're going to program. We're going to promulgate it through the internet, through our Facebook, through the newspaper. Maybe do a notification to all municipalities who they can tell their residents of the availability of the money. So that's how we're going to do that.
That's good. Then those townships and boroughs, the communities that they service, can get that information out.
Correct.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
get on our website too. And thank you, Commissioner Fotis. Commissioner Fotis reminded me that you should introduce yourself. This is the first time up here, and I neglected to allow you to do that. I know Jim said you're the point person for this, so go ahead.
I'm Mike Fonte, here to present these.
And in the office, how do you relate to?
The brand, I work with Jim. I essentially work between the county and CEDACOG and help us work through our different grant funded options.
Okay. Good. All right. So then next, we had a motion for that, didn't we?
We did.
Did it? Okay. Then we
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Now we get into a project. This is a notice to award CNR directional borings the amount of $1,454,623 for the water lines going to Hostone. We want to continue that background discussion. What is this?
Yeah, so that's the Hostone Road, it's gonna be State Route 333 over in Granville Township. It's, and essentially the homeowners need assistance with their, water supplies. They've had, not a safe potable water source for them, and, this is going to help replace their water and sewer lines to, give them proper water at their, homes.
So right now they're on wells.
Yes, and the current problem is that they have their sewage tanks are too close to the wells, and it's creating some cross contamination. And so the idea of this project is to provide them with a water tank and water piping to get them off of those wells and give them proper potable water.
Do you know about how many houses that will serve? Just wondering, I mean, nothing's that, trying to think up through there, trying to count in my head, but.
That's 38, thank you.
38.
He's from Eads Group, helping us,
Okay.
38, yeah.
Okay.
And eventually, how does the water authority or municipal authority enter into this, if they do?
So we're currently going to be,
Let me ask you a different way, Mike. Who will own the system when it's done?
it should be the
Township
town-
or the-
I believe it would be the township.
Township where the sewage and the authority runs the water. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Engineer?
Sorry.
Okay. Then we'll entertain a motion to award to CNR Directional Boring the contract for the water lines to Hostone.
I make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Where is CNR Directional Boring? Where is that? Where do they come from? What town?
Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
Clearfield? All right, thank you. Okay, next we have notice of award to S&E Construction Group for $980,471. This is for the water tank, which I assume is associated with the water line that we have just awarded. Go ahead, Mike.
This is just the installation, the construction and installation of the water tank. Currently, the project is, we're trying to get it completed by the end of this year, but we're putting in for an extension of the project, for mid-year next year to get, both this and the, lines installed.
So by mid-2025, they'll have clean water.
So we're trying for-
Cleaner water.
Yeah.
Where's S&E Construction, Mr. Engineer?
Marion Center, PA, it's an Indiana county.
Any other questions for Michael? Although, entertain a motion to award.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, project can continue.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Next, we have a recommendation to begin negotiations with Michael Baker for the preparation of the county's 10-year comprehensive plan. The amount is $142,236.
Okay, so we sent out a request for proposal months ago and gave them more than enough time, I think a little over 2.5 months to get their requests in. We received 4 requests, one from Mackin Engineering. Their total proposed cost was $89,950. One from Michael Baker International, $142,236. One from Herbert Rowland and Grubik of $123,020, and the Eads Group at $79,700. We had a subcommittee review meeting with some members of the Planning Commission, discussed the proposals. We also had called all 4 consultants in who presented to the planning commission as to their approach and, the engagement of the public and the utilization of what we have already created, which is the Planning Advisory Committee, which involves a representative from each municipality and different stakeholders through the county, including MCDI, Mifflin County Industrial Development. We have Chamber of Commerce, we have DLI, we have the school of, we have the school district involved. So we have major stakeholders who are going to be participating in this major milestone for the county. This is a 10-year process. We felt that Michael Baker International came across during their presentation as exceptional and felt that their approach to the RFP met the intent of the RFP. In other words, they're going to deliver an implementable comprehensive plan. Years before, comprehensive plans were 400 or 500 pages of documents and verbose statistics, and they just didn't really they weren't useful and practical. The approach they're going to take is we'll have 3 to 5 priorities identified in the county, and we'll identify key stakeholders and funding sources and who's going to do what and where. And the whole content of the plan will be 150 pages of documents. They did come in at the highest. I think that there's some room for negotiation, which I will attempt to do after I seek approval. I am procuring $10,000 in community development block grant admin money towards this, so that'll help offset the cost. And additionally, I think we're going to move forward, correct me if I'm wrong, with Delta to help prepare a MAP, Municipal Assistance Program through DCD, to help pay for 50% of these costs. So if we're successful with that, we'll save the county money. We have budgeted you have budgeted $112,000 for this effort, and hopefully we'll be successful in getting that grant. It's going to be around a 14-month process, and I'm excited about this. This is a significant step towards improving the quality of life for the county residents.
Jim, just to clarify, it says recommendation to begin negotiations, so we're not approving the contract
No,
yet
no
because we don't
contract.
have the final cost.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll outreach to Michael Baker and see if there's any wiggle room with their price. And then once I could get that established, I'll come back to you with a contract for your consideration.
All right.
And I'm gonna move forward with the Delta Group, if that's okay.
Yeah, we'll exchange some emails to that, just haven't had a chance to get you.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Jim? I'll entertain a motion to begin the negotiations with Michael Baker International for the update of the comprehensive plan.
I make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Anything else, Jim?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Personnel items, we rescind the resignation of Brianna Estep from Children and Youth Caseworker. Resignation of Tim Miller from part-time corrections officer effective April 21. Transfer of Logan Wincock from Children and Youth Caseworker to Judicial Assistant effective April 22nd. And the hiring of Douglas Marks for court tipstaff effective May 6th. So the motion to approve these personnel items.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our agenda is completed. Meeting is adjourned.